Hello, welcome to this video. Today is the 10th of April 2025 and this video is a bit different than my usual one. So usually I actually sit down, take my time to make a video and talk about everything. But this video is a combination of various update videos I made the past few days, and I actually thought that this might be a nice idea to just make a video that's a bit different. I just wanted to try something new, so I hope you enjoy. So today is the third full day I'm here in Spain. Today I'm making myself feel a little depressed. It's just a bit, it's not super strong, but it's annoying because I want to enjoy this. I want to live to the fullest here. And the fact that I'm making myself depressed is just really annoying. But yeah, I'll figure it out. Again, it's something I can learn from and figure out. So here's my computer now. I'm gonna edit a video that I made yesterday. I actually made two yesterday. I'll see if I edit one or two today. And then I'll probably work on the website a bit more. Honestly, there's not that much more to do, I think, on the website. Like, yeah, it's pretty much almost finished. Just some things need to be finalized, but like there's not actually that much I can do. And that's one of the reasons why I'm making myself feel depressed, being like, yeah, that's almost finished. So then you won't have anything else to do and won't like, can't tell anyone that you're like working on something because you're not. So I'm making myself feel bad about not working properly, not having a proper job or whatever, which is so freaking stupid because I spent so much time January, February and March every day from Monday to Friday working on my videos, working on editing the book. I had 6 months of videos to catch up on, and then now the past 3 weeks, I've worked every day a bit on the website with Dad. So like I'm doing things, girl. I don't need to feel bad about it. But that's just one of the things. Another thing, for example, is that I'm focusing, not so entirely much on, but I do think about him a lot and I just want to meet up with him more, but like he is at work so I can't really, and that's just a bit sad because I'd really like to see him more often instead of just once or twice a week, yeah, but it is what it is. And then obviously I also want, something to happen between us, or to tell him that I want something to happen between us. So that's kind of, I don't know, like that's just something I'm making myself feel depressed about as well, like kind of telling myself, yeah, I'm focusing too much on him. I shouldn't make my holiday be reliant on him. Like I shouldn't rely on him to make my holiday good, basically, which I don't want to do. I don't want to rely on him, but I do love hanging out with him and I want to hang out with him more. But I know that I can also have a nice holiday by myself, do other things by myself. But I am a bit sad that I can't meet up with him more often. I'd like to do everything with him. Like, honestly, I just love being with him. But yeah, I was just crying because look at this scene. So basically, I watched that scene and everything without crying. Then I played back because before that scene they're like dancing and it's so funny. So I played back because I loved that scene and the one before. And before this one came, where they opened the in-between door of their hotel rooms, texted me. I basically had asked him, okay, so we're meeting tomorrow at around 10 or 10:15 tomorrow morning. And then he wrote back, yes, baby. And that made me emotional because I want him to actually mean that. And been brooding again, once again, about him and me this evening, and I was feeling nervous and anxious about it, and like not knowing what to do and what's right and wrong and what I should and shouldn't do, and being so afraid that like he doesn't want it and he doesn't feel the same as me. And then I saw that scene again for the second time, and I was like, my door is open because I want him, and I'm like done feeling ashamed. Like my door is open. I'm like ready to see what's going on and if there is something between us. But then I realized, no, actually, I'm only standing in front of the door with my hand on the, handle, but my door isn't actually open because I haven't shown him that my door is actually open. I haven't made it obvious that my door is open. So if I want to open my door, which means to give myself the opportunity to date him, I need to do something. I need to either tell him I like him and I want something between us. I can kiss him. I can grab his hand. Like there's so many options I can ask him how he feels, what he thinks about us. But I haven't actually opened my door yet because I haven't yet given myself the opportunity to see if his door is open or closed. I haven't given myself the opportunity to actually let something happen. I'm just in front of it being like, yeah, I'm ready to open it, but I haven't opened it yet. Because I haven't, opened that door of opportunities and possibilities, which I can open by telling him, I like him, look, I like you, my door is open. It's up to you now to open yours or to keep it closed. And oh my God, it made me so emotional. I just burst out crying. Because I'm so scared his door is going to be closed. Which is okay. Like, it's okay to be afraid. Of course, that's scary. And I know I'll pick myself up again at some point. But I am afraid of that. But I am ready to open my door. And I want to open my door. I want to give myself this opportunity and these possibilities. And then he has the chance to open his door or not. And then I have the chance to see if his door is open or not. I have the chance to at least give myself those possibilities and those options and opportunities. If I keep my door closed, just being like, yeah, I'm ready to open it, but I'm just going to wait until his is open. If I just wait and stand in front of the door, then I'm not actually opening the possibilities. Like, if I constantly wait for his door to be open, first of all, maybe I won't be able to see it. Maybe his door is open, but I don't know, like, I won't be able to see it if I don't open mine, and maybe I will, but, like, is it worth waiting the whole time when I'm ready and I can give myself those possibilities, those opportunities? That's about the sense of power and control chapter in the Thrive program. I don't need to wait and give my power to someone else, wait for his door to be open, to open up to opportunities for myself. No, I can open up to opportunities for myself. I can do it by myself. And I want to. I'm just scared. If I wouldn't be scared, I would tell him right now, look, I like you, okay, and I don't care, like, I'm not going to be ashamed of that, and I'm not going to be afraid of that, and and your door might be closed, look, and then that's the way it is, then I need to deal with that. If I wouldn't be afraid, I would tell him right now because I want to. Because I want to tell him. Because I want to open my door. I want to give myself this other world of opportunities, possibilities, new experiences. But I actually haven't opened my door yet. Even though I thought I had opened it. I thought I was like telling myself, look, my door is open. But then I realized my door isn't actually open. I actually haven't opened my door yet. I'm just standing in front of it with my hand on the handle already, but I haven't opened it yet. But I can make it happen. I'm just scared. I am. And the thing is, I can tell him tomorrow when we're meeting. I can flip and tell him. I can just tell him. But I haven't yet. Because I'm scared. I'm scared to see his doors closed. And maybe he's standing in front of it too, or maybe he's standing a meter away from it, 10 meters away from it. Maybe he kind of sees there is something or might want something, but maybe he's afraid too. And maybe he's that afraid that he is far away from the door, further than me. But if I say it, then I'm opening opportunities up for myself and for him. And I feel like I don't need to, but I feel like I kind of need to and want to tell him, because I'm done feeling this way. I'm done being anxious about it all the time, being scared about it, thinking about it so much, and having to keep it a secret that I like him. I don't want to ruin anything, but at the same time, I'm done being scared. Like, I'm done brooding about it, being so anxious. Like, I gotta do this for myself. Like, it's almost like I just need to do this for myself. Like, and not obviously I need to. It's not like impulsive, I don't think, because I've literally been thinking about this for months. And then a couple weeks ago, I was ready to tell him, and I was like, yeah, I want to tell him, but I don't know how and I don't know when. And now I'm like, I gotta tell him, like, in these 5 weeks that I'm here in Spain now, I want to tell him. If it's at the start of it, which I'm a bit afraid to do now at the start because I don't want to ruin my days, but again, that's in my control, I can change that. But I'm scared I'm going to ruin my days and my weeks here. Or I could tell him at the end and be like, look, I don't, maybe not say this to him, but to myself, like, I don't want to go back home and regret not doing something and keep brooding and thinking about it. And then being like, wow, again, nothing happened, and being disappointed. Like, I want to make something happen, but I'm scared. I can feel it. Like, I can feel in my stomach, in my entire body. It's like anxious. I'm making this complicated. It doesn't need to be this complicated. I know that. A lot of people would not make it this complicated. But he's such a good friend. He's such a good person that I do not want to lose. Like, I do not want to lose. And I am afraid, mainly, not necessarily that his door is closed, but that if it is closed, that I'm going to create strong emotions and thoughts that will feel difficult to handle. I'm scared of my own reaction to it. I'm scared I won't be able to stop it, or I won't be able to help myself. I'm scared of, being depressed, even though I think I'm not going to be depressed because I'm going to make it out. And I've changed so much, and I feel like I always imagine it worse than it actually ends up being. But I'm scared, I'm going to ruin my days or my life, or feel like everything's hopeless and gone. And I feel like I'm scared I'm going to lose the progress I've made with the Thrive program. I'm scared that I'm like going to throw it out the window by being like, oh my God, this is the worst thing that happened. Oh my God, what am I supposed to do now? What's going on? No, I'm never going to find love, or the love that I thought I had found now is not there and not true, and nothing's going to happen. And oh my God, everything's gone and lost. Like, I don't want to think that way. And I know I can change those thoughts right now already. And yeah, I want to work on that. I can work on that, to not catastrophize right now already. Just be calm right now. imagine myself being able to handle it, build up the skills that I can handle it. But if I tell him tomorrow, for example, then I don't know if I will have the skills built up yet, and that would then maybe keep me from telling him because I'll be afraid I won't be able to handle it or I won't have the skills to cope. But then I'd have to wait until the end of the holiday, and I mean, of course I can wait, but I don't want to, and I don't want to keep brooding about it. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I know what I can do, but I don't know what I should do. What do I want to do? I want to tell him. It's again this should do that's keeping me away from telling him. I want to tell him. That would mean, yeah, tell him tomorrow. Tell him right now. And I can tell him any second, any day, any time. But then there's this should tell him. When should I tell him? When is the right time? Do I have the skills to cope? Am I going to ruin anything? Should I do this? Is this the right thing? I'm literally sweating and my body is shaking and my hands are cold and kind of clammy and my legs are shaking, and my stomach, I can feel it's nervous. My hand, maybe the camera is shaking too because my hand is kind of shaking a bit. Man. I know I obviously don't feel like this every second of every day. Like yesterday, for example, I was feeling fine. The day before that, I was feeling really fine. Other days I'm not brooding this much about it, or I have more powerful thoughts and I'm fine. And I know by tomorrow I can be feeling completely different about this. So I know I've lost some perspective. My stressometer needle is higher, which means my thoughts aren't calm. They're not very powerful. They're not very internal. They're more external. I'm scared his door is closed. That's very external instead of being I'm going to open my door. And if his door is closed, then I can handle it. And I can deal with it. That's internal. External is no, what if his door is closed and I'll create so much anxiety around it that I can't handle it because his door is closed. Whatever, that's really external. And I keep telling myself as well, I shouldn't tell him because this, and this could be the proof that he doesn't actually want me. So that I'll spare myself disappointment and I'll spare myself feeling sad by holding on to the proof that apparently he doesn't like me, so that I don't end up telling him because I already know he doesn't like me. So then I'll spare myself the disappointment, basically. That's why I'm conjuring up the proof that he doesn't like me. But I don't actually have proof that he doesn't like me. I don't have concrete proof that he doesn't like me because we haven't talked about this. He hasn't told me, I just see you as a friend. Girl, I don't know. And I imagine him saying to me, look, no, I don't feel that way. I only see you as a friend. And then I already feel disappointed and upset. But again, I can learn to handle all of that. I just feel like I gotta do something for myself to stop brooding and to do this because I want to, and then not be afraid anymore. To just open my door, give myself the opportunities, and then deal with whatever is on the other end of it, whatever is in the other room. Like in the movie, if the door is closed or open, that's not in my control. That's not in my control. And I'm trying to control that. That's my desire for control. That's why I feel external. That's why I feel powerless, because I'm trying to control something I just can't. But I can control what I do, how I react. I can learn to deal with that. I can learn to be okay. But I'm just scared that I won't feel fine. But I want to tell him because I want something to happen. Yes, I hope something will happen. Yes, I want something to happen. Then there's also thoughts beating me up, being like, no, you shouldn't like him so much. You shouldn't, maybe that's not okay. Maybe, he doesn't want you to feel that way, or maybe you should just see him as a friend, but like, oh my god. Anyway, I think I should stop this, but it was nice to talk and let this out instead of having it in my mind. But yeah, I'll keep going. Thanks, guys. You're actually kidding me. I don't have any words. We went on a like 2-hour hike, but it wasn't even a hike, it was a climb. Guys, I thought at some point that I might die. And not like serious, like I'm gonna die, but like if I would have fallen, I could have really seriously been injured. It was like an actual like climb, like a rock climbing, and it was so steep. It was really like dangerous. Honestly, it was so dangerous, and there wasn't a proper path. We just kind of had to use the rocks, and it was me and another male friend that I didn't know. Yeah, I never met before, from Switzerland, and they were like all lovely people, and I mean, and I thought we were going for a 10-15 minute walk just to see the castle, but no, we went for a proper climb to the tip of the mountain, and it started off with going kind of through like the woods, and it was already a bit steep there. I was like, okay, when are we getting to the proper pathway? And it just never came. And we were just going through the wild, like literally there was no pathway. We were just climbing up rocks and steep, gravelly roads, like not even roads, like pathways. Like, I honestly, going up, I was honestly in between quite scared. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this or if I can do this. My body's not used to doing so much work, and I can feel my entire body is really like weak now and like shaking. I was like behind the others most of the time, which was fine because they were going faster. I was just going my own pace. Oh my god, but like honestly, like in between I was quite scared. I was really like, I need to turn around, or I need to sit down, or like I'm not gonna go further. But then they kept going further and I just kept following. Like in between I stood there and just took a breath and looked at the view, which was good. But I kept also telling myself, look, I want a break because I'm not sure if I can go any further. But I just never really did that. And that's the one thing I probably regret. I should have just said, guys, I just need a break. Like either go ahead and I'll follow, or can we just take a break? Like, but I just never did because they were already further than me. And I don't know, I guess my social anxiety was just, I mean, I wasn't honestly anxious because I had to use my mind to really focus on what I'm doing. So like I couldn't think about any sort of problems, but I still had kind of fear thoughts in my mind, like, oh my god, this is so dangerous, this is crazy, like what are we doing, I don't know. And then we have to go all the way back down as well, and the last part was the hardest. It was like so steep, and there was like flat rocks, so you couldn't really hold on to much. And then kind of helped me with that part, kind of grabbed my hand, pulled me up, or like, but like, oh my god. And then at the top we just sat, and guys, it was literally like this at the top of the mountain, like this. Not the side that we came from, the other side was like this. So if we would have fallen off, we would be dead. It was steep, and so we were so freaking high. You could see like so far. And then the way back was for me a bit easier because I could like kind of crawl backwards, so I could use my hands and my legs. So that was honestly easier for me. I had more to put my weight on. But then if there was a more flat part, or a part which was more like full of gravel and you couldn't really crawl with your hands, I had to stand and like walk, and the gravel was obviously loose, so in between like you would kind of slip a bit. But like yeah, when I was standing then and had to walk that way, my legs felt like any second they would just fall, and if I would have slipped or fallen, I could have really like injured myself. So like, I don't know, it seemed a bit crazy to me, like a real crazy adventure kind of. And like my legs were like felt really weak and like they couldn't really hold a grip that well anymore. But yeah, we then made it, and then we still walked up to the castle, which that was a normal clear like pathway. And it wasn't like, it wouldn't have been exhausting if I didn't do the other like 2 hours before. 1 hour up and 1 hour down, about that, or maybe 45 minutes, I don't really know. But I had to just go so slow, and the others were like already at the top, and I was still like, I don't know, like quite far behind them. I just had to go so slow, and I was like, I really don't know if my body is able to do this. Like, I was like, yeah, I'll make it. I know I'll make it. Like, I kind of knew like I would, and I'll be able to. I'm not gonna die. But like, still, my body was like, I'm not used to that. And I don't know, if when I went slow, it was fine. But I was also like, oh my god, I really want some water right now, and like a proper drink, not just 1 or 2 sips in between. And I just like want to go home and relax and lie on the couch and have made it. And now I'm home, and I'm so like proud. I'm like, wow, when I can do that, I can do anything, and I can learn to be more confident in that, and I can learn to like actually be skilled at climbing. And honestly, for the fact that I've never climbed like that before, especially without a harness or anything, and I don't do any workouts, and my body's not used to that sport, and the fact that like I didn't, know what was ahead of me, and everything considered, like I did so well. And he pointed out like he's so surprised at how well I'm doing for the fact that I've never done this before. And he kept asking in between as well, are you okay, Leona? So it was really nice, but at the same time, like, it was quite scary. Like, honestly, it was quite scary. I was like, there's no way we're actually doing this right now. I kind of saw, like, in the movies, like, how, accidents happen like that. And then I obviously knew those thoughts were really unhelpful, and I kind of knew, like, I'm going to make it, I'm not going to die now. But still, it wasn't safe. Like, what? And yeah, now coming back, like, first in the car, I was kind of like, wow, what the hell was all of that? I was kind of disappointed that, again, like, nothing really happened between me and he was like with the man a lot of the time, most of the time, which was fine because I actually really liked hanging out with her. I actually really like talking to her, and she's so nice. I can actually really imagine being friends with her too. I might like invite her over soon. She's really honestly lovely. And anyway, the thing is, like, I was kind of disappointed just that nothing really happened between us there, even though like our being together and communication and stuff like that was still really nice, and nothing bad, and not like excluded or whatever, like really nice. But then also I was like disappointed in myself that I was so scared, or not so scared, but that I was creating unhelpful thoughts that weren't making me feel like powerful, like, yeah, I can do this. Even though I also had those thoughts, because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna do it, I can take a break if I really need to, but I know I can do this, I'm not gonna die. Like, that's very unlikely. But I was still disappointed or sad that I had still created unhelpful thoughts, But now coming, like, that's why, so when the drive back home, that's why I was kind of just feeling a bit down, but not like super down, like I'm so upset and so disappointed and this is all a fail. Not like that, but I was just feeling more down and wasn't really like smiling and in a joyful mood, which is okay though. I wasn't like super depressed either, but I think I was also just very tired and just looking forward to going home and just relaxing, which I'm absolutely gonna do. I don't want to tell myself what to do today anymore. If I want to lie on the couch and watch movies all day, I am doing that. I'm allowing myself to do that today. But coming home, I immediately threw everything down, immediately grabbed cold water from the fridge and just drank loads. Then I laid on the couch just for a few seconds just to really relax and come back home. And then it was like I realized, wow, I did that. And if I can do that, I can really learn to do anything. And that, is a scary thing for me. That is something where I create a lot of anxiety around, or would be really nervous for. and would usually, if I knew what was ahead of me, I would usually probably decide not to do that. Or I would need a lot of time to get prepared for it, or I would create so much unhelpful thoughts about it and feel really powerless. But now that I just did it, and I didn't know that I was gonna do it because I didn't know that was actually what was coming, that was what was happening. But now that I did it, I'm like, I can learn to do anything. I can learn to be even more confident. And I did it even when I had unhelpful thoughts in my head in between. I still made it, Yeah, so I don't want to see this as something negative, even though I feel like I might be a bit more focused on like the negative, and like that I was scared, and that, I don't know, like that it's such a weird thing or whatever, but I can be focused on the fact that I made it and I did it, and I did climbing, like what I did there just shows like I can learn to do whatever I want to do. Like, I can really learn to build my body so that it can really do those things and climb, and I can learn to be confident, and I can do other things like going to the gym as well, and I can always take a break and just slowly build up steps to reach that goal that I want. Like, I don't know, it just showed me like I can really do a lot more than I think or whatever. I mean, I can be really proud that I did that. I really can. And I'll just learn more to not create unhelpful thoughts. Obviously, careful thoughts that are like, look, you need to be careful, this is quite dangerous, that's okay. But not thoughts that are like, yeah, you might die, or like you should not slip, or like this is really dangerous, like you shouldn't do this, you should go back down, or stuff like that, or like maybe you can't make it, and your body's not used to it, it's too weak, and I don't know, like stuff like that is so unhelpful. Instead of being like, look, watch out, be careful, go slow, take breaks in between. If you are aware of what you're doing, and if you feel your body is still fine, and you drink water in between, and just walk slow, walk your own pace, climb your own pace, be careful of where you grip and what you do while climbing, then you'll be fine, and there's other people around to help you too, and yeah, stuff like that. It's way more helpful. Okay, that's my story time. See you soon. Bye. Hi, update video. Today is the 7th of April. I'm here since the 1st. Where do I start? So, okay, today is honestly like a what's that called when you care for yourself? It's like a care for me day. So my main focus is the Thrive program, doing what's good for me, focusing on myself, getting myself better, because yesterday I had a bit of a downfall, and the day before that I created a lot of anxiety in the evenings, and then throughout the night not as much, but then as soon as I woke up again in the morning. So I just want to refresh basically and take care of myself and get better. Yeah, so basically then I watched a whole episode of Riverdale, then I went upstairs onto the roof terrace, and there I used my imagination to imagine the way I want to feel right now in this moment, as well as in the following days and weeks and whatever happens. So for example, when my friend from Germany is coming over, or when I tell that I like him, possibly, like how I want to feel, or when I'm driving, or here at home alone, how I want to feel, what I want to do, stuff like that. And when I'm might be joining in the gym tomorrow or next week or some other time. So how I want to feel about that, like I want to be confident, obviously I don't want to feel anxious about that. So yeah, I've been practicing using my imagination. And then what the other thing I want to say in this video is, yesterday, like, I really hoped Mario was gonna come over. I had texted him like at 2:30 or maybe even earlier, no, I think 2:30, that he can come over anytime he wants and stuff. And he was like, yeah, he just needs to see how he feels later on in the day and stuff. And he had said to me on Wednesday when we met and on Saturday that he might come over on Sunday. And already in Ireland and stuff, we had said, like, yeah, we can meet at the weekend and do stuff together at my house. So it was all kind of looking like he was coming over, but then on Saturday night he went partying until 7:30 the next morning. So he was not feeling great, obviously, and he had just told me, like, he needs to see how he feels later on, and it was like, all fine. But then hours passed by and I didn't hear anything else from him. And then at around 5:30, I texted him again saying, like, look, I'm going to go for a walk. I'll be back in about half an hour, 40 minutes if you want to come over then. He read the messages but didn't reply. So I was like, okay, he might be taking a nap and isn't, like, you know, on his phone right now. But still, even when he woke up again, he just texted me, sorry, I was taking a nap, and he didn't say anything else. And so I was like, the whole time, like all those hours, I kept like looking at my phone, hoping, like, you know, he texted me or that he might come over, or at least telling me that he's not coming or whatever, like, but I hoped he would come. And then I kind of, my main focus the whole time was him, if he's coming or not, because I really wanted him to, and I was really excited about it. And so kind of my whole day, I didn't really freely just do stuff. I was constantly like, okay, he could come over, so I was considering if I even should go for a walk or not, because he might come over. So I didn't freely like plan my day and do my day, even though like in the end I did do whatever I wanted to do, but still I was constantly like thinking about him and that he might come over, so I didn't feel very free. But I went for a walk, and then during the walk I was kind of really disappointed that he hadn't texted me yet and hadn't like said anything. So I actually got really annoyed about the way he was kind of acting, and I was like, okay, maybe he's still thinking about coming, but it really felt like at that point that he wasn't coming anymore, but he hadn't said it. So I don't know, it really annoyed me. So I was then extremely negative. Like, I was like, of course he's not coming over, like, I already kind of knew that since this morning, and of course it's not gonna work out, and of course, like, he said these things to me that he might come over, and then in the end, like, it doesn't happen. That already happened a few times with him, because he often doesn't make concrete plans. He just kind of says, we'll see, but then other things happen, or he makes other plans, and then I just don't get to see him or whatever. So I don't know, it really annoyed me, especially because I was also thinking so much about it and then didn't feel like I was very free in my day. So my day felt a bit, I don't know, ruined, not really, but kind of plagued by something. And then I came back home and I was still quite disappointed, and I called my sister shortly, and Amy actually just gave me the tip to, Leona, just do whatever you want right now. Because I was like, look, I want to go for a shower, but what if he texts me then? And she was like, Leona, just go for a shower, do your own thing, and if he comes, he comes, and if not, then not. So that actually helped me to just be like, just kind of let go of it and just do my own thing, and then if he comes, he comes, if not, then not. So I then went for a shower, but there also the whole time I was kind of like checking my phone and hoping he texted me. I was like constantly checking my phone, like it annoyed me so much, but I obviously wasn't kind to myself. I wasn't like, of course you're excited, it's okay to check your phone, or maybe just wait another 10 minutes and then check it, or 5 minutes. But no, I was like getting angry at myself that I kept checking my phone. Anyway, then I went downstairs after the shower, and another, I don't know, like half an hour passed, another hour passed or something, and then I was like, I just texted him, Mario, and then he was like, and then I said, have you made a decision yet? And he said, I think I can't today. Oh my god. And I did not open that message for a while because I immediately started crying. I was so disappointed, like really disappointed, and I felt like it was kind of unfair the way he was behaving, and maybe he was like thinking about it the whole day, like really thinking like, okay, maybe I could go. But if he knew already beforehand that he wasn't gonna come, like he could have told me. It was kind of unfair because I was like, you know, waiting for his answer. I don't know, I didn't like the way that played out, and the way he said the day before, and you know, a few times already that he might come over, and then just simply, yeah, sorry, I can't today. Like, come on. And honestly, when I then started crying and just cried, it actually felt so good. It felt like a proper release, like just, you know, to cry about it and release everything, all the thoughts and the disappointment and the feelings and the hope that I had. And yeah, obviously I noticed really strongly, like I'm really holding on to hope because I really hope he comes over. I really hope he likes me. I really hope he wants to meet with me. I really hope all these things, and when they don't happen, then yeah, I get disappointed. So I was really noticing, wow, I had so much hope in me, and that's why I felt so disappointed. But really, as soon as I started crying, honestly, all the feelings and thoughts kind of went away. So it was kind of like a breakthrough moment, and where I just came back to myself and was like, okay, I'll just create a nice evening for myself. And I was like, it's okay, you know, that you are hopeful, and it's okay that you want to meet him, and it's like I was actually being kind to myself. But at the same time, I was, of course, really upset because I was just noticing, yeah, okay, so obviously he doesn't want to meet me as much as I want to meet him, or maybe he does but doesn't put effort into it. Like, I don't know, it just seems like, okay, he, yeah, I guess doesn't like me as much as I like him or something. And that obviously circled back to the fact that I want something to happen between us. And then I was like, yeah, like most likely he doesn't want anything, or really just hasn't admitted that to himself, or is scared, or really maybe I'm just making everything up and there's nothing. So yeah, obviously it circled back to that and the fear that he doesn't want anything, and that I'll be disappointed at the end of the day about that too. But yeah, I don't know, I cried, and there was like 3 or 4 thoughts that were the same ones that kept going through my mind. I don't know exactly what they were now, but yeah, it really helped to cry. And then when I calmed down, but you could still hear in my voice I had just cried, I then sent him a voicemail because I was like, I do want to address this. I do want to, you know, say something because I'm not feeling great, and I just think the whole situation was, you know, a bit disappointing or not so nice, and this happened a few times already. So now I'm ready to say something, and I know that we're at that point in the friendship where we can talk openly about these things. So I just said that. I sent a voicemail to him, and I think I found the right words because I wasn't mean, I wasn't angry, I wasn't trying to blame him, I wasn't impulsively saying things. I wasn't like, look, I love you and you don't love me, or whatever. Like, I wasn't being like that. I was being quite calm, but at the same time saying how I feel. Yeah, being like, look, I want to meet up with you more, but I guess, you know, because I know you also don't have time and you've other friends and you're busy and stuff like that, but I guess I just want to meet up with you more than you want to meet up with me, which is fine as well, but it's just, you know, sad for me. Yeah, and then he took like a while, I don't know, like almost 2 hours to answer me back. He did say to me, like, I don't have, like, he's cooking right now, he doesn't have time and he'll answer me later. So then he did answer me later, and then we had another like conversation about that. He sent some voicemails, I sent some voicemails, or we sent messages over and back, and we just openly talked about it, and then came to a possible conclusion that maybe we make concrete plans together, instead of being like, oh, maybe this or that. Or at least if he would say, yeah, I might be able to come over, but I might also not be able to, then I'd more be like, okay, so maybe he might, not come over, so I won't build up hope. But when he says, yeah, I could probably come over on Sunday, I might come over on Sunday, it all looks like he will, and it all looked like he was going to until he went partying that night. So I don't know, like, if he would at least warn me, being like, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do that Saturday or that Sunday, so if everything's fine, then yeah, I will come to your house, but it might also be that, something else comes between it. So if he would at least give me a warning or something, I'd be like fine with that. Or if we make concrete plans and not just say, yeah, maybe this and that. I don't know, I was just quite upset because he's going on holidays like next week. So we have one more weekend, but he also has plans for this weekend, and he still will probably be able to meet me, but again, it's not like 100%. And then also he's going on holidays and will be away for almost 2 weeks, and I might be able to go and visit him when he's at his cousin's house with Amy and Delana as well. And then, but after that as well, like at the weekends, he already said in Ireland that he's quite busy. So like we don't have a lot of chances to meet each other, and I really want to do things with him. But he just, I don't know, he chooses other things then, and that just kind of upsets me. Especially when he said, yeah, we probably can, or whatever. Like, I don't know, it just really upset me. And yeah, I know that I'm thinking about this in a black and white way. I want to know 100% or not. Like, is it yes or no? Which I want to work on and stuff. But still, like, I feel like my side is probably understandable as well. Like, not everyone would react the way I reacted, obviously, and I don't always react like that either. It was just a specific moment and the way I was thinking that day yesterday, which was just, yeah, not great. But I don't know, I feel like my sisters, I know as well, they would be annoyed at that too, and yeah, I feel like it is annoying. But it was nice being able to just openly talk to him about it, and I was proud of myself for speaking up and, saying something as well. Yeah, that's one of the ways I can help myself make it better for myself or find some sort of solution. So we'll see if I go to the gym tomorrow. I don't even know if that's possible. I'd have to text Mario and then ask him to ask his trainer if I can join tomorrow, if there's still a space open. So I'll keep using my imagination to be calm and confident and know I can do it. Since I went climbing, I felt like, yeah, I could possibly also go to the gym. Whereas before that, I was like, oh my god, no, that would be way too embarrassing. Like, I never went to gym before, like, I'm not able to do that. But now, since I went climbing and I never did that sort of climbing before, and I managed it, I was like, yeah, I can also manage going to the gym, and I can learn to do everything, Yeah, so we'll see if I go or not, or if I go next week or something. And we'll see what happens with me and Mario, or what I do. I was about to, in the voicemail that I sent him, say to him, like, look, I really like you, and I just feel like you don't like me. But I knew that it probably wasn't the right time to do that, especially because I was so emotional, so I wasn't, like, fully thinking clearly. I didn't have the full perspective. But the voicemail that I did send off, I think it was okay. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Update. Nothing's wrong, it's all okay. I'm just so tired. I'm not even that tired. I'm just like, I need to come home and just relax. I was just gone shopping, but I just need to take a breath. I created unnecessary anxiety about this. Yesterday evening, a small bit, during the night even a small bit, and then when I woke up this morning until I left for shopping. Like, I didn't feel like really anxious, like so much anxiety and stuff, but I did create anxious thoughts, and I was a bit anxious about this. And like, yeah, I kind of regained perspective a small bit. And once I was in the car though, the thoughts again were so negative. They were like, yeah, you like something bad might happen, like, or maybe a crash will happen, or you won't be able to handle your emotions and those are going to cause you to make mistakes. But then when I noticed these thoughts and I was just about to drive off, I was like, no, I'm going to sit here now and I'm going to be like, look, I'm a good driver. I drive carefully. I drive within the speed limit. I've driven to many places already and I always made it. And what I can do so that nothing major happens is be aware, put on some music because that distracts me from my anxious thoughts, and put on the navi, and the person speaking so she can tell me where I need to go so I don't need to look at the phone. Just be very careful, drive so that you feel comfortable. Don't pay attention to these thoughts. Find something that you like Akela, for example, focus on her. Stuff like that. So that sort of helped me. And then first I went into the village here to fill up the petrol in the car. And that all worked well. I did all that fine. And then I felt a small bit better already, but I still had some quite negative thoughts in my head. But then, yeah, I mean, they kind of lessened and I just tried to stay calm in the car, and I noticed like the drive is actually pretty easy. In between, negative thoughts would pop in again, but it was like fine. I wasn't super anxious, and I was just negative. I was then feeling down because I was basically beating myself up for having created this anxiety. It's like I don't want it anymore. It annoys me so much, and I know it's so unhelpful. And then I'm like, why am I creating that? Like, I want to be better than this already. I don't want to do that anymore. So I was feeling really down about myself. And I was like, yeah, if I would feel positive now, being like, yeah, I made it out of the anxiety. I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't feel positive because like I created it still. Like I still felt anxious and it kind of plagued my morning. And it's so annoying, And then I was like, look, that's so stupid as well, because if you made it out, it means you regained perspective, which means you learned something new, which then means you can use what you learned for the next time and try and calm your anxiety that way. But why keep feeling negative just because now you created the anxiety and feel like you deserve to feel negative? Hey, that was so stupid. So yeah, but then once I arrived at the shopping center, I was like, look, I did it. Oh my God, I made it. And it was actually a pretty easy drive and I was careful and everything was fine. Like, it was actually so cool. I was like, wow, look, I made it. And then I went shopping and I stayed calm, but I did notice this time I was more aware of the people around me, whereas the last couple times, like many times I went shopping now, I did my own thing, I stayed calm, I didn't at all pay attention to the people around me or who was looking at me, like not in a rude way, but you know what I mean. And this time I was more like, the people around me and stuff like that, but still fine, I was still calm, I was just still maybe feeling a bit negative because of the whole thing. But yeah, everything went fine and I went outside then again, put the shopping into the car, then I drove off carefully as well. Everything went well there too. Like, yeah, it was fine. Then at home, what's so annoying is that the car is parked like, I don't know, like 50 meters away from the house or something. So I had to walk twice to bring the shopping into the house because it was all like too much and way too heavy as well. That's probably the most annoying part because then my hands are all full and it's like heavy, and then I have to walk up to the house from the car and there's people sitting outside at the pub who can like see me, which is like fine, but it's just annoying. And then my sunglasses are falling and then I can't push them back up and it's warm and stuff. So that's probably the most annoying part about everything. And what I said to myself is I definitely need to process this, the fact that I made it and I did it even though I was anxious about it, even though I had negative thoughts about it. I still made it, I still did it, I still had the skills to cope, and I'm a good driver and stuff like that. So I was like, today at some point, if it's not right now, I need to find some time, 5 to 10 minutes, to really process this experience, so that for the next time I can notice, look, I made it, I did it. Yeah, it just annoys me so much. The feeling like I can't do anything about it, which is also just a belief, helplessness. But I'm like, I don't find something proper that just gets rid of the anxiety. It's kind of like I just need to deal with it and then kind of get perspective back to some extent, but it feels like I can't just be without it fully. It's as if I kind of need it to stay protected or something, and it's so annoying. I've been sitting here crying. Not much, and the crying has been actually really nice. I was just talking to my parents, mainly to my mom, but my dad gave some advice as well about my friend Mario and what I want to do. Basically, the main thing I pulled out of it, or they said, is that I need to do what I want to do. I am my main priority, so it doesn't matter if in the end he says yes or no. What matters is that I'm doing this for myself, and I want to do this for myself. And Dad pointed out how he thinks now I'm just at a stage in my life where I'm like, forget about the past. I'm at a new stage, and I want to take charge of my life, and I want to do things. And that's I think that's the thing that made me really emotional, that made me start tearing up and crying, because I then noticed how much I changed, how much I grew, how in a year ago I would have not been ready to do this. For many years now I always pushed all this aside and was never ready and was so scared. And now I'm really at a stage where I'm like, fuck the past. I can create my life anew. I can do what I want. I'm ready. And yeah, that no matter what happens, that I will be fine, even if it hurts at first. And that they're always there for me, and that the outcome will happen which is best for me. So if he says no, then there's a reason, and that's best for me. It's just not supposed to be right now then. And if he says yes, then that's supposed to be, and I can learn from that. But what will help me stop brooding is to do this for myself, because I want to say something and do something. That's the best thing I can do, and my priority is not what the outcome is. It's the fact that I am doing this for myself, that I want to do this, and that I'm putting the effort in to open a door of new possibilities for myself. What I can be focused on to feel powerful is the effort I'm putting in, how brave I am to do this. Mom pointed out, that she said I'm one of the bravest people she knows, and that I have got balls, as you say, that she knows, my family knows, especially Mom knows what a struggle my sexuality has been. My beliefs towards relationships, all of that, the amount of fear I had, the uncomfortable feeling was in relation to sexuality, sex, relationships. I've struggled with that topic for years, and the fact that now I'm considering doing something, I'm ready to do something, I want to do something, just shows how much I changed and how brave I am that I'm actually gonna do something, even though I'm still afraid of not being able to handle the outcome. And I'm obviously brooding because I don't believe enough in my skills to cope with whatever happens. So I wouldn't brood if I knew and like trusted in myself that I can cope with whatever the outcome is. I wouldn't brood then. I am brooding because I don't believe, or I feel like I don't have the skills to cope, or that it might be really horrible for me. But I gotta do this because I want to. And again, the priority is not the outcome. It's not what he wants. It's not what he's gonna say. It's that I want this. I am doing this. I changed so much. I am putting the effort in to open a new door of possibilities. That's the priority. It was so nice talking to them. It was so nice crying afterwards. It felt very soothing and healing. Yeah, and I feel more ready now to do something more powerful, and I basically like 95% decided I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna say something to him. So that kind of already helps me to feel powerful, being like, I am gonna do this, I'm gonna do it, and also to brood a bit less, because I was brooding because I was like, I don't know, should I do this and this, what's right, what's wrong. But now that I'm like 95% decided, I'm brooding less because I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna do it. Yeah, and Mom also pointed out how I'm obviously brooding and thinking about it a lot because this is an important topic for me, and it is. Like the amount of impact that topic has had on my life, or the amount of like priority I gave that topic in my mind all the time, not just with Mario, I mean like in general, how much I prioritized sexuality, how much I thought about, how much attention I gave to it, like. But yeah, Mom just pointed out that obviously this is an important step for me. It, like, I can't even tell you how much that means, this step, how much I have changed and have grown, and how much more capable I feel I am compared to the past, and the way this topic always affected me. And they pointed out that at the end of the day, I'll feel a relief, or I'll feel proud because I did this. So like the burden that's been in me kind of for a long time now will kind of fall off because I did it, you know. I then did what I was kind of worried about the whole time, or brooding about the whole time. So at the end of the day, I know that I can also be really proud of myself. So once I tell him, I can be so proud that I freaking did it, and I was brave enough, and I did that for myself. Because, I mean, for months now, like since I met him, I was like open for something, or I was like, there might be something, or, you know, but I was never like, there needs to be something, or whatever. Like, I never felt stressed or pushed anything, or nothing. Like, I felt really chill about the whole thing. But now, since a couple of weeks, I'm like, I want something. I want something to happen so I can make it happen. And then once I do that for myself, I can be so proud that, you know, I actually did it. And then this relief will fall off of me because then I won't be brooding about, you know, telling him anymore. Like, because then I'll have it done. Yeah.